Greetings and welcome to Cauldron of Weird. Today's episode is going to be a lot different.
Very different.
Today we're going to talk about Samurai Jack Season 5. XCIII. Or
Episode 2 of the new season.
Yes. Or Episode 93.
Episode 93.
So, quick synopsis. Spoilers, by the way, before we start. We start with Aku waking up, putting on his eyebrows, and then stretching. Then he goes up and sees some mud people, and he was like, get the fuck out.
I just vacuumed the floor!
And then he goes back down and literally just talks to himself as a therapist and says, what seems to be the problem? He's like, oh my god, Samurai Jack's still alive. It's been 50 years. I thought he would die. Turns out, he can't die. So, then we see him pan to the camera in a puddle of himself. And he's like, yes, if only there was a way to get rid of him. Hilarity ensues. Anyway, then we cut to a wolf who is symbolizing Jack himself. He goes and he takes a road and he meets up, and this wolf meets up with 3 tigers. They ensued battle. Before that starts, though, we pan back to Jack, who's on his motorcycle driving along. All of a sudden, he hears a noise. He jumps off.
Well, he did hit the fork in the road.
Yeah,
and then he drove
hit
to the left, like the white wolf. Then he hears something and stops.
One thing I forgot to mention was Aku does go talk to his scientist, and they say, "Hey, we made this new beetle drone to the top notch," and Aku says, "I don't care, whatever.
If you want to kill him, go ahead."
Yeah. So then the new beetle drone shows up. Aku and Samurai Jack pulls out his triple new spear thing and proceeds to destroy it in like 5 seconds. And then he keeps driving until he sees a razor wire. He tries to stop, runs into it, and then the battle with the daughters of Aku, the 7 warriors, ensues. And he is being chased, beat up, and just trying to do battle. He eventually ends up hiding in a beetle eye thing.
Yeah, the head of the beetle, because he sets off the grenades.
And he's talking to himself, and he was like, why don't you just kill yourself? And he's like, no, I won't do that. And he looks out, sees the Grim Reaper samurai dude, and then he's like, no, I'm going to go for it. So he runs for a temple, looks back, sees the daughters of Aku, and he proceeds to try and hide from them inside the tower. And he eventually hides inside of a tombstone. They're all over the place. They eventually find his hiding spot. He pops out. He does battle with them. And as he's running out of the temple, he ends up fighting in one of them. He gets the better of her, ends up killing her, but she stabs him with a dagger. He gets his weapon back because she stole his weapon at some point
from
during
Scaramouche.
From Scaramouche in Season 1. Love that guy. He proceeds to touch the bricks to resonate with them so they'll explode, and he jumps out, falls into the water, and proceeds to black out. Then we pan back to the wolf, who is now dead with the other 3 tigers. Who are
severely injured. If not dead, severely freaking injured.
Everything's bleeding out, and so is Jack in the river.
Yeah.
Then it pans out, we're done.
And that's the episode. So, we're going to go down the line. Chris, you start.
Can I first say, Weepy Samurai Jack?
Weepy there, Sammy boy. Samurai Jack. How's it hanging, baby?
That's it.
That's
it. No one needs to see the first episode of this season because you pretty much summed it up right there.
That was the episode.
This is one of the unique times in Samurai Jack where you have, they try to build this feeling, okay? And it's one of those ones that, I mean, in terms of summarizing it, you can't really do it justice because it's so much of what the character's feeling in that moment. Things that I noticed about this was the art style. They went many different directions in terms of how the camera, but your perspective of the hero. He's down dark hallways, and it's like monochromatic and black and white, and they're fighting, and it was really, really well done in an artistic standpoint. Having said that, it's like all symbolism. All of it is symbolism. Fork in the road, a lone wolf. He's fighting enemies. Same thing with he's doing. He is a lone wolf. The confrontation that he has with himself right there. You can kind of take with this with whatever meanings that you want with it. But the big thing was him coming to grips with himself. I think for a short while, he's laying in a tomb, in a grave. That probably has some sort of significance that maybe he visualizes his own tomb, or maybe, when he breaks out of the tomb, it's him kind of trying to escape death, sort of thing. So you could take it kind of any way you want. I thought it was great. I mean, definitely an interesting one because there's so much humor in the beginning with it. Like Aku just being comical. I mean, comical might be an understatement. He just is like batshit crazy, you know,
yelling at himself, die.
So, I mean, I just thought it was great, very unique. So,
again, we're only 2 episodes into this new season. I did like, episode 1. We really didn't discuss it because we're way behind and we didn't all get together.
a week behind, but
Yeah, we're a week behind.
I was in Buffalo.
Yeah, again, but again, if you haven't watched episode 1, all you need to know is Samurai Jack, how's it hanging, babe? Whip it out. Always have that. Hey, here's this moment where we're gonna be lighthearted. We're gonna make you laugh because the next part we're just gonna hit you.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna hit you with symbolism or emotions. So, the beginning of the episode was that lighthearted. Oh, hey, we finally get to see Aku. We're going to explain how Samurai Jack hasn't aged in 50 years. We're going to tell you why Aku literally has not been seen in 50 years and why he hasn't dealt with Jack.
So has he been sleeping for 50 years?
No, he just doesn't care.
He just wakes up like, it's another day.
It's another day, don't care. Because, again, he said, I thought I would destroy all the time portals and just wait him out. But, oh, look, because I sent him to the future, he can't age. So now I have to figure out a way to kill him. Irony. It's a conundrum. The symbolism of the white wolf against the of those really big mouth tigers is really well done. I love, again, it's Samurai Jack, so I always love the animation style, but with this episode, it was really well done.
Above and beyond.
Oh, yeah, and then the music, I've always loved the music of Samurai Jack, but when the daughters of Aku are searching for him, and it's just that tense orchestral music where you're like, fuck, this is really good.
It's going down.
Yeah, it's going down. I did like how when he did kill one of the daughters of Aku and he notices, okay, he's no longer sending nuts and bolts my way. He's sending...
Because that was a big part of the beginning of that episode when he's talking to himself.
Yeah, he's like
they're all nuts and bolts, nuts and bolts.
I always
so they're really emphasizing that they are soulless machines coming after him.
So now, and you saw it in his face, like, I just killed another human being. So it was really well done. I hate how they're only like 22-minute long episodes because
you want like an hour.
I want an hour, but again, I won't beg because if they're 22 minutes episode, that means we get more. But it's like it really sucked that the ending was okay, I've just killed one of the daughters of Aku. She stabbed me. I'm bleeding out. I'm gonna blow up this castle, and then fall into the freaking river. And okay, there's the end. We'll see you next week. I understand cliffhangers, but fuck, I hate cliffhangers. Overall, this was a great episode. I'm so glad Samurai Jack's back, but that was really well done.
Yup. Again, art style, music. The introduction of blood, they don't show it very often, but when they do, they make sure that you understand that
the significance.
This is significant. We're not just going to show you blood just because we can now that we're on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
We're only going to show it when it makes sense and when it means something.
Right.
Like, okay, this is a finalization. She is dead, and now he's realized that. So I really enjoyed that. Also, the sound effects brought the sword clangs back. I've always loved the sound effects with fighting, with the way they make the blades sound when they're clashing against each other and all that stuff, because it's always
That's pretty cool.
It's the same noise. Like when he throws a spear, it's the same noise as when he had the sword and he cuts the beetles in half in season 1. And you're just like, oh, it's just great noises. Oh, fantastic stuff. I love the symbolism of the episode. Aku has got to be my favorite part of the whole episode.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly. I mean, yes, I understand the symbolism and we're getting into the deep and gritty of the things, but we haven't seen a whole lot of Aku being, like, humorous.
Yeah, we haven't seen that since season 4.
Yeah.
I think that was, episode 9 when he's like, okay, hey, let's duel each other without your sword and I'll be in human form. And that was like, that entire episode was pure humor. We haven't seen that type of Aku.
You don't see that very often throughout the entire series. So to see him just, like, talking to himself as a therapist was just absolutely hilarious.
But it's funny to see the parallels between Samurai Jack kind of confronting himself and Aku, you could take it as like the therapist as another
Yeah.
persona of him, but
Yeah.
talking to himself as well.
Yeah.
They're both kind of coming to grips that this is eternity, or like
Yeah.
one
This is going to
cannot-
go on forever.
one can't really live without the other because they each have their own purpose.
Yeah.
But it's just it's kind of interesting, yeah.
Yeah. And obviously the whole thing where it's like, I just wish he would die! And they're screaming at each other. And their necks and their tongues are going like fucking snakes and shit. I fucking lost it when he went into a puddle of himself and he was like, yes, if only.
And it looks into the the
Fourth
TV.
Oh my
breaking and then
God.
Fourth wall breaking.
Aku's face in general is just hilarious. Corey?
So yeah, I definitely appreciated the whole Aku scene of that. You know, it made me it made me feel like I was a kid again. It made me feel like, you know, because I remember when I was a kid, I would, you know, they would show Samurai Jack a lot during like the summer.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you
They
could-
show the
when you-
marathons.
when you'd have time to sit down and watch it when you're a kid. So I would go and watch that at my mother's down in Florida, and like I would just I felt like I was in that time frame again. I definitely loved being back in that. Back to the sound effects and the music. Yes, the sound effects were off the wall, outstanding. Off the wall, outstanding. They really are going above and beyond with this season. I appreciate that so much. Just the nostalgia factor
yeah.
through the roof right now.
He's got a nostalgia boner.
Oh man, I could cut diamonds with this thing. So, so, with that, yes, the music. Well, we'll come back to the music in a second.
Okay.
Because that's a later point. So, yes, when it goes back to him talking with his old self in like the Beetle head, I mean, I don't know. There was just something like kind of relatable with that. With like, you know, everyone kind of goes through their own doubts and like oh, I'm so tired of dealing with this. Oh, I'm so tired of doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I don't know. Just something about that really spoke to me. Like that kind of hit me on an emotional level. Yes, the symbolism was again also really outstanding with the lone wolf and Jack. So that takes us into the temple scene with the daughters of Akun. And, so with all that, when, you made me lose my train of thought.
Sorry. Just letting you know.
Temples Aku.
Daughters of Akun.
Temple
So,
Aku.
they're chasing him down. The music goes silent when he's sneaking through the temple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can see it in his face, like, you know,
He knows.
he knows they're there, and he's just waiting for him. So then they find him, they start chasing him, they get him he's in the tomb, the music completely drowns out the sound, and then
It just sets the whole
it
scene.
sets the mood, and like it shows the just absolute dread Jack is feeling just from noticing that little bug.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just that bug that he knows that they
know he's
that
there.
they know he's there. I thought that they did such a great job with the sound effects and the music, and yes, the blood part. They are not gonna go over the top. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because you know I like a gore fest, but it's not the place of this.
It's a gore or guar.
Yes.
Okay.
Because if I want a gore fest, I'm gonna watch Bloodsea. If I want to watch something where it means something, I'm gonna watch this.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
overall, so far, awesome, and I'm very, very happy to be back watching Samurai Jack.
All right. Let us wrap this up because we're quickly running out of time on this card.
Yeah.
Overall opinion, we like it.
Oh yeah.
it's beautiful.
Again, I
Need more.
wish we
Yeah.
need more.
We need more.
Give me
Okay.
more. We
So-
can't wait till next Saturday. Oh my god, we're so ready.
We're gonna be putting out a review of every single episode. There will be spoilers in those. We will put that in the description. Otherwise, I think we're gonna go ahead and end this episode.
Yeah.
Everyone's
See you
good?
next week for the episode 3.
Yeah.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Bye.